Hello everyone, Catweazle here. Welcome back to Arkham Horror, the Dunwich Horror, turn 12. So this turn, our first player will be Monterey Jack. He's just over here at the unvisited isle. After him, it will be William, who's here at the general store. Then it will be Agnes Baker, and Agnes is currently over here, delayed in the abyss. And then it will be Daisy, who is down here at the Historical Society. Okay, let's get on with the upkeep phase. And here we are with Monterey. What's he going to do? Well, he's actually going to take on this buyer key. So as part of that, we're going to stick his will up, because we're going to try and avoid losing any more sanity. He's only got 2. He will only lose 1 sanity if he fails the horror check, but let's try and get past it anyway. So that's him done. He's not going to be moving anywhere. He's not sneaking past anyone. But what we'll do is we will pop his speed up 1 as well. So he's used his 2 focus. Even though he's not going there, let's start getting his speed in the right direction. We will want him to start moving around shortly. Right, so that's it for Monterey. Next up is William Yorick. And here we are with William. What's William going to do? Well, I think he's going to go to Hibbs Roadhouse and pick those 2 clues up. I did consider going to the police station, but the fact is, because he's agoraphobic, then pretty much anywhere where he'd stop to kill monsters would be in a street location and he would lose a sanity, and that's just no good. So perhaps somebody else will go to the police station, but it will not be William. He's going to go up to Hibbs Roadhouse and pick up those 2 clues. And the other good thing about Hibbs Roadhouse is during the encounter, he's got a good chance of either picking up some dollars or picking up a common item. So we'll pop him up there and then we'll start heading him down towards South Church. Okay, right, so that's it for William. Next up, Agnes Baker. Here's Agnes. Not a great deal for Agnes to do. She's just going to stand up as she is delayed. But let's have a look at her focus. I think what we'll do is she doesn't need a lot of speed. So we'll improve her sneak a little. Right, so that's it for Agnes. Next is Daisy Walker. And here we are with Daisy. First thing to do is to refresh Greater Banishment and Alchemical Process. So we'll refresh both of those. And we will cast Alchemical Process again. So that will be 8 dice, all told, to see if we can get another $3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Remember, she's getting 5 for a law. She's getting 1 for Thomas F. Malone, which is 6, and plus 2 for the Glass of Mortland. And there we go, she's passed. Right, so that's another $3. So that'll take her up to 6. Let's pop those back and take a $5 out. So she's now got $6, which is pretty cool. Greater Banishment, are we going to cast that? She has only got 2 sanity left, and she'd lose a sanity by actually casting it. So what I'm thinking is she won't actually cast it. We'll leave that and see if she can cast it perhaps when she's got a bit more sanity, I think. So we'll leave that, and we're not going to cast Law Monster or anything like that. So are we going to change her focus? Yes, we are. She's going into Uptown, and she's going to have to fight the skeleton and the cultist, but the cultist is magically immune. So we're going to stick her up to 2 fight, along with the 2 fight from Tom, and plus 1 fight from Thomas. That's plus 3, that's 5, plus 1 fight as a skill, 6. So that should be enough, even without the Sword of Glory, to put paid to the cultist. We can use the Sword of Glory as well against the skeleton. And I think she's got enough will to make the sanity check against the skeleton. In fact, what I'll do is we'll only move that up 1, because I don't think we'll need that much fight against the cultist. So she'll still have 4 will against the skeleton for the horror check. And I think, yeah, she's got courageous inspirations as well, so she can have +1 to the horror check. This is her relationship with Agnes Baker. So, in fact, yes, I will put it up to 2. So, we've moved her along. We've used a 2 focus to go from 0 fight to 2 fight. Right, so that's it for Daisy. And I've just remembered, let's get back to Monterey Jack, because he hasn't rolled for his bank loan, has he? Here we are, very quickly, with Monterey Jack. Let's roll for his bank loan. He's only got $2. He could be losing virtually everything he's got very shortly. A 2, he's lost another $1. So he could be losing all his items pretty quickly. He's rolled pretty awfully for his bank loan, I must admit. I think he's only succeeded once. So he's got $1 left. So he's got 2 more chances to get some cash and avoid losing these pretty funky items, unless he can sort of hand them off to somebody else. Right, that's Monterey Jack, and that's it for the upkeep phase. So let's get straight on with the movement phase. And here we are with Monty. As mentioned, he's not going anywhere. He's going to be taking this boy on. So let's flick it over. So he's got -1 on his horror check. His will is now 3, so he's got 2 dice. And he passes, so he doesn't lose any sanity, which is excellent. Now we go on to the combat check, which is +0. He's got the enchanted cane, which is +3. He's got the bullwhip, which is +1, so that's +4. +2 fight, that's 6. 6, and he's got a re-roll with his bullwhip. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 success here, and 1 success is what he gets. So, whew, just about. So he kills the buyer key, which gives us a monster stand back, which is very welcome. And he gets to keep that as a trophy, and that is his 3rd monster trophy. So let's have a look at his personal story, which is digging too deep. Pass. If Monterey has 3 or more monster trophies, place nothing stays hidden in play. So let's do that. Here it is. Nothing stays hidden. There was no doubt the lifeless thing on the ground had been responsible for its father's death, and the things around the room were unmistakably his father's most prized possessions, long thought lost. Monterey's maximum sanity is increased by 1. Yes! In addition, each time Monterey uses archaeology ability, that's the one where he goes to the curiosity shop and pulls an extra unique item, he gains 1 clue token as well. But the +1 sanity is up to 4 sanity. That is brilliant. So I'm gonna... Do you get to... Right, his maximum's increased by 1. I don't think he gets an extra sanity. He'll have to go to somewhere like Arkham Asylum first to get up to his maximum. But he has got a sanity of 4 now. So that's really cool. Just what we wanted. Right, so well done. He's not such a liability now. And has he got enough? Let's just check the monster toughness. He's got 1, 2, 3. He's got 4 monster toughness of trophies. If he can get an extra monster toughness, like off this maniac, he'll have 5. Then, with one of his gate trophies, he can go to the police station and he can do what we were thinking of doing with William. So that could be an excellent option. Okay, but that's it for the movement phase for Monty. Let's go and see William. And here's William. And guess what? I've changed my mind. He's not going to Hibbs Roadhouse. What he's going to do is he's going to go 1, 2, 3 and go to the Silver Twilight Lodge. We're going to try and get him in South Church as quickly as possible and get him blessed. He has plenty of monster trophies. He has 5 toughness worth. So not only can he bless himself, with one of his gate trophies, he can bless somebody else as well. And I'm thinking Daisy. So that's what he's going to do. Had a quick change of heart. My gut just told me, let's get him to South Church. Right, so that's it for William. Next up we've got Agnes. Here's Agnes in the abyss. She was delayed. And now she isn't. So she's stood up and she's ready to rock and roll. Next up is our last investigator in the movement phase, which is Daisy Walker. And here's Daisy. So she's going to go 1, 2 into the Uptown streets. However, before we start battling, that does mean she's got 2 spare movement points. And with 2 spare movement points, she can do one of these. She can either do the Ancient Tome, or she can do the Kabbalah of Saboth. So I think she's going to do the Kabbalah of Saboth. So exhaust and spend 2 movement points to make a law -2 check. So that'll be 3 dice plus 1 for Thomas F. Malone. So she'll have 4 dice. So let's see if she can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And she gets 2 successes. So that's cool. So let's have a look at the Kabbalah of Saboth again. If we pass, we draw 1 skill. And we discard the Kabbalah of Saboth. So let's discard it. Oh, I have got the Elder Sign in the discard pile here, but I'm not going to use it again. I don't think we're going to cycle through the whole deck, but it's just so I know where it is. I do know that we cannot use that again. Yep. So there goes the Kabbalah of Saboth. So what's next? Well, we need a skill, so let's have a look at what we've got. Mythos Law. -1 maximum sanity. That's rubbish. Well, I can't say that I regard this as a skill. I'm just reading it there just to check. I'm stunned. What a rubbish skill. I wish I hadn't done Kabbalah of Saboth now. Exhaust instead of spending a clue token. Well, a maximum sanity is now 4 because of this rubbish skill. Okay, you know, we won't... When we come to shut and seal the gate, hopefully, we won't have to spend one of our clue tokens, but I'm not convinced this is too good, to be honest. So that was pretty rubbish. But it is what it is. So we've got Mythos Law. Could have done without that. So we're -1 maximum sanity. She doesn't have to lose a sanity now. It's just the maximum. So she can only go back up to 4. Right, so after that load of rubbish, what's she going to do? Well, first of all, she's going to take the cultist on. There's no horror check. And let's just check. Cultists have magical immunity, and it's got a combat rating of -1 instead of +1. So, although she's got the Sword of Glory, it's not going to do anything. We're just relying on a fight of 2. Thomas Mountain Murphy with +2, so that's 4. +1 fight from her ally, Thomas F. Malone, which is 5. And her +1 fight skill, which makes it 6. -1 is 5 dice. 2, 3, 4, 5. And she gets the 1 success that she needs. So she has killed that cultist. And we get another monster stand back, which is good. Right, so next up, she's got to take on the skeleton. Now this does have a horror check, so it's -1 on the horror check. So what's a will? A will is now 3. She hasn't got any will from anywhere else, I don't think. No, so she'll get 2 dice. Ooh, take that out of there. Go on, Daisy. Yes! Of course she passes. She's an absolute star. She's a beast. So she's passed the horror check. It's undead. It's got physical resistance. Well, that's okay, because all we're using is the Sword of Glory, man. That's +6. She's got 2, which makes it 8. +2 from Mountain Murphy, which makes it 10. +1 from Thomas F. Malone, which makes it 11. +1 fight, which makes 12. -1, she's got 11 dice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we need 2 successes. And we got shit. Oh, another one fell out. Right, I'll roll 6 first. Roll these 6 first. And of course, when I split them, when I split them, it gets awkward. Right, the last 5. We got 2 successes, thankfully. Whew. That's why I hate splitting dice. I always think like they never succeed. But there we go. We got the 2 successes that we needed. She's got yet another monster trophy. She now has 6 toughness of monsters. We have another monster stand. She's an absolute star. She's ready to go into the woods, hopefully. If we don't get a bloody another surge. We've got an unguarded gate here, which hopefully she'll be able to get into. Should she? No, we'll let William bless her rather than her go back to South Church and blessing herself, I think. We'll do it that way around. Okay, so that's excellent from Daisy, and that is now the end of the movement phase. Next up, I forgot Deathly Still again, haven't I? Hang on. Right, the only thing Deathly Still is really affecting is the will checks. We'd have got +1 dice for all the fight checks, and seeing as we've passed them all with both Monterey and Daisy, I'm not redoing the fight checks. We've passed them. They're done. We'd have got an extra dice. I've got to do, however, the will checks again. So, will check that Monterey did against the buyer key. He was on 3. He had -1. He actually only gets 1 die. So let's roll that again. Go on, Monty. 4. He doesn't do it, so he lost a sanity. It was only a single sanity, but he's down to 1, which is annoying. Fancy forgetting Deathly Still. And Daisy was against the skeleton. She had -1, so she'd just had 2 dice. She rolled 2, and she should have only rolled 1. Right, she's in the same boat as Monty then. Yep. And she failed, so she loses a sanity as well. Well, that's really annoying. We've got Daisy and Monterey now on a single sanity because of Deathly Still and me forgetting. Damn it! But at least we're all up to date. Okay, right. Put Monty back at the unvisited isle. So there's a good chance of Daisy and Monty going mental, but okay. They end up in Arkham Asylum, they get a madness condition, so what? At this stage of the game, I'm not really bothered. Right, though it is annoying for Daisy, seeing as we wanted her to go through the woods gate. Right, so that's it for the movement phase. Next up is the Arkham encounter phase. Me again. Somebody's getting an actual sanity back, and that is actually Daisy. Why is Daisy getting the sanity back? because she should have originally rolled 2 dice. The reason for that is, even though we had deathly still, which would have took 1 die away, taking her down to 1, what she did have was courageous inspirations. So what she'd have done is she'd have exhausted this to get that 2nd die. So the first one we did was correct. She should have had 2 dice and she passed it. However, that doesn't help poor old Monterey. Poor old Monterey did fail and he's on a single sanity. Right, now hopefully we can get on with the Arkham encounter phase. And here's Monty, the Unvisited Isle. Not my favourite location. There always seems to be some nastiness at the Unvisited Isle, I must admit. And now he's down to 1 sanity. But let's see what we get. The Unvisited Isle. The willows sway in the wind that you cannot hear or feel, and for a moment the hatred of those ancient trees for the invader who has come to their island drives you to your knees. Pass a will -2 check or lose 3 sanity. Oh god. His will is 3, -2, but it's also -1 for deathly still. He loses 3 sanity and he's gone insane. But to be honest, so what? He gets a free trip up to Arkham Asylum. Let's pick a madness card, or should we do that? Do we do that now? Yeah, I think so. Let's pick a madness card for him, see what he gets. Ooh. He's got claustrophobia. Lose 1 sanity if you are in a location not including Arkham Asylum or other worlds. Right, so at least he's alright in Arkham Asylum. It looks like he will be going to the police station. Because he's now actually ideal to whiz around in that police wagon and just try and kill things in the streets. So, claustrophobic. Hey, we're all the cobblers. Right, but because he's in Arkham Asylum, it means he goes up to his new maximum sanity, which is 4. Which is pretty cool. But, yeah, I don't like the Unvisited Isle, and that's exactly why. Okay, after Monterey Jack, it's William Yorick. Let's get the French Hill deck for William. And he has a Silver Twilight Lodge encounter. Brushing up against a strange object in the hall, you feel stretched and thin, like your skin is too tight. Pass a luck -1 check or you are cursed. Oh, God. His luck's 1, but he's got +1 luck and he's got the lantern, so that's 3. So he has got 3 luck. He doesn't have any clue tokens though, damn it. 3 luck he's got. So is it -1? So he's got 2 dice. Oh God, come on. Come on, William. Yes! Oh, that is so good in so many ways. Because if he'd been cursed, that means we'd have had to bless him twice to get his personal story. Oh, let me out. What an horrible card. But we got past it. That was lucky. Right, well done, William. Star. Next up will be Agnes, but no, it won't be Agnes. She's in another world. Next up, it's Daisy. And everything's extremely quick for Daisy. She is in a street location, so she doesn't have an encounter. Okay, now it's the other world encounter phase, and we can meet up with Agnes. Here's Agnes. So she's in the abyss. So let's get the deck. There's the deck. We need a red or a blue. May as well get the dice tower in as well. First up is red. The dreamlands are another time, so that's other. The sucking mouths drain enough of your blood to leave you dizzy. Lose 1 stamina. She's down to 1 stamina now. Ugh. This is not a great turn. Well, it's a good turn for getting away with stuff, like we just did with William, but we're not getting anything particularly funky happening. Right, so she's lost the stamina. We've got a real chance of her getting lost in time and space. She's only got 1 stamina left, and then she's got 2 monsters to deal with. Ew, cobblers. Right. Okay, so that's the end of the Otherworld encounter phase. Next up, it's that laugh and chuckle phase. And here we are in Arkham. So let's have a look. What have we got? We have got a gate of the Black Cave, but we haven't! Yes, we've sealed it! So that means we don't even get a monster surge. Yes! Yes! All that I was saying about the turn being crap, forget it. The turn's been brilliant. A clue appears at Hibbs Roadhouse. There are now 3 at Hibbs. Probably should have sent bloody William up there after all. You'd have 3 clues now. Monster movement. Oh. Well, pluses we haven't got any, but we've got loads and loads of these babies. And I think one of them, a wraith. Yeah, a wraith's in the sky. Oh, damn. So this wraith, he's saying hello to Daisy. So Daisy's not going to get in the woods this turn. Next turn, because she's going to... Well, oh no, it's +0, the wraith. I think it's magically immune though. Oh, it's physically immune. But it's nightmarish and overwhelming. The overwhelming doesn't affect us, because we've got Tom Mountain Murphy. But the nightmarish will, and we'll lose a sanity. So what we might try and do is sneak past, because it's only got a 0, and we only need 1 to get to the woods. So we might try and sneak past it, I think. But that's grim. Right, any other... Oh, yeah, the Maniac. That's moving on black, so that moves down to Miskatonic University. The Ithian isn't moving. The Vampire will move because Agnes is not there, so it will move to Backwoods Country, which is bad news. It's just 1 away from a vortex, and we can't use Greater Banishment on it to kill it. We could use Law Monster, so we'll have to bear that one in mind. What else? We've got a Ghost, but that's a yellow bordered monster, so it won't move. And the crawling one is a circle, so that's not going to move. So I think that is it. Yes, we could have done without that wraith moving though. Oh, an environment, so we will get rid of Deathly Still. Good, because I'm having real trouble remembering the plus and minuses on it. Sunny and clear, or as Pencil Paulie calls it, sunny and share. Environment weather. Sneak checks in Arkham are made at a -1 penalty. Well, brilliant. Trying to make me bloody battle that wraith, aren't you? Will checks in Arkham are made at a +1 bonus now. So I have got a plus and minus to remember. If the Haunter of Darkness is in play, it isn't, return it to the cup. If the Haunter in Darkness enters play, return it to the cup and draw a different monster. Cool. Right, so let's get rid of Deathly Still. That can be discarded. And Sunny and Clear is in play. So there we go, that's the end of the Mythos phase. All in all, an excellent Mythos phase. The fact that the Black Cave came up and we've sealed it, that gives us yet another turn. So that's groovy. The bad news is, as mentioned, the Wraith. We'd want to sneak past it. I can move her to 3 sneak. We lose 1 because of Sunny and Clear, which would give her 2 dice. 2 dice to get past it. Well, we'll see. We shall see. What else happened in the turn that was pretty cool? I think I managed to rectify all my mistakes before the end of the actual turn. i.e. missing Deathly Still for, who was it, Monterey. He did end up losing a sanity in the end, which was a bit of a downer. But, as I say, Daisy did roll 2 dice correctly. I'd forgotten about Deathly Still, but I'd also forgotten about Courageous Inspirations. So, more by luck than judgment, I did actually roll the correct dice, so she didn't lose an extra sanity. Monterey losing a sanity was neither here nor there at the end of the day, because he got that horrible Unvisited Isle encounter and he's ended up in Arkham Asylum anyway. Looks like he'll be trying to come out of there and kill the Ithian, and why not? He's in the mood too. Not a bad turn for Agnes. She did lose a stamina, but, you know, there's worse than that out there, so that's not too bad. And William did pretty well. He managed to avoid being cursed. Hopefully he can get to South Church next turn. Talking of next turn, he will be first player. He's going to South Church. Because he gets there first, who's he going to bless? I think he'll try and bless Daisy, I think. And we can have her blessed for going into the woods. I think that'll be a good idea. Or, you know, now I'm thinking upkeep phase, should he do Law Monster on that Wraith? The reason is we just want to give her a clear run. And has he got anything? He's got the Holy Water. The Holy Water could probably set the Wraith out, to be honest. It's physically immune, so we would have to use that. Nightmarish and overwhelming. He's got the sanity and the stamina, so deal with it. -2 on his horror check. But he's got the cross. The cross is a magical weapon. It's +1 to horror checks. And +3 on combat checks for the undead. So, but the Holy Water is 2 hands. Ah! Rubbish. Well, I'm not going to witter on for ages like I did last time. I think, no, sorry, Daisy's going to try and sneak past it, and that's it. William is going to go to South Church. So Daisy, she will try and sneak past it. Agnes Baker, she's going to move to the second part of the Abyss. Daisy, like we say, is going to try and give the Wraith the slip and get into the woods. Try and seal that gate pretty sharpish. Monterey Jack, I think he's going to come out of the asylum and take this Yithian on. I'm sick of this Yithian. It's been a pain in the arse for like about 5 or 6 turns. Let's get it killed. He can't stay in a location anyway, so because of his claustrophobia, so he may as well get into downtown and start killing stuff. Then, well, he needs some money from somewhere. Oh, where's he going to get some money from? Again, if he got to the police station and spent those, what is it? If he spends his actual monster trophies and one of his gate trophies, the upkeep for being a deputy of Arkham is $1, and that $1 would always pay off his bank loan. So if he could come out, perhaps even sneak past the Yithian. So sneak's -1 though, isn't it? Because of this bloody card. Oh, you know what? Forget about his claustrophobia. He doesn't have claustrophobia. I'm an idiot. Because rather than get claustrophobia, he's discarded this, which is his elixir of life. Blimey. Well, at least I'm catching him before I upload him. So his claustrophobia, I'll shuffle that back in the deck in a bit. He's going to discard elixir of life, and he didn't go mad. He just lost his... Even though he lost his sanity and went to Arkham Asylum, he didn't have to take a madness card. Woohoo! Good job of doing this recap at the end of the turn, isn't it? So that's good news. So it wasn't as bad as we first thought. He's got away with that one. And he's got all his sanity back. Now he's not a nutter and scared of going into places. Perhaps, yes, I think we'll have him get to the police station, become a deputy of Arkham. Whether he gets past the Yithian or not, I don't know. But as soon as he's a deputy of Arkham, he should be able to whiz all over the Dunwich and the Arkham boards, killing stuff. We'd like him to get up to Backwoods Country for a start and kill that bloody vampire. So, yeah, I think that's the plan for Monty. Okay, so that's it for this turn 12 of Arkham Horror, the Dunwich Horror. Thanks very much for all the views, for all the subscriptions, the comments, the tips and everything. Very much appreciated as always. Any mistakes that you've noticed, please shout up. I think I've caught about half a dozen. I don't know where my brain was today, but I seem to specialise today in doing something and then going, oh, that's wrong, about 10 minutes later. Hopefully I caught all of them. If I didn't, please do give me a shout. Anyway, until next time, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.